Okay, so let's start. Just launching music, sorry. First thing, as you noticed, I'm trying to make this. I will talk around hour, or maybe a bit more, about Delver, and I'm doing it in English because I wanted to try it in a whole stream in English this time. Um, and I wanted to speak to talk about Delver. Why? Because lately I've seen a version of Grixis Delver, which is a pack I've used to play a lot. Sorry, I'm just trying to handle the music. Okay, that was a bit loud. And yeah, I wanted to talk about this pack because I have played it since it was playable with Deathright Shaman and Gitaxian Probe. Both were banned. I played it a bit thereafter the ban, but it fell completely out of favor as Murktide came in my opinion, because Gurmag is no longer relevant. And with Ragavan also, there was no reason to play to play black. Honestly, you just have to play blue, red. You had access to iteration, Murktide, Dragon Rage, and also Ragavan, of course. But lately, so I've seen Arcan, which is so Legacy Council on Twitch, who played a version of Grixis. So this one almost exactly. I think the sideboard it is not quite the same. And when you played Grixis in like last year, you were playing it for one reason, and this reason was Plague Engineer, mostly. And you have like no other reason to try to play black in Delver. The fact is, Nafaut ended up to be quite a great card at the moment. Because in the mirror, it's a main deck response to Murktide Reagent. It has lots of targets outside of the mirror, so against, for instance, Knight of the Reliquary. I always think about this card when it's about a removal in Delver. And we also have this new card, which is Kaito Shizuki. It's a draw engine that will be protected from opponent's attack in the first turn. And this is an interesting card that might complete the expressive iteration package in terms of card advantage. And there is also this one Thoughtseize. So why one? Because Thoughtseize appears to be really bad in some matchups where you're not on the play. Also, in the mirror, when you're not on the play, this is a really bad card, honestly. But you don't want... You want 2 in your 75, in my opinion. You want the 2 in your 75. And the reason why we play one main deck is because we might have some... It improves our overall game 1 against combo. So... But it's not working enough to justify playing the second one in main deck. So honestly, this is why I'm playing... this is why we play one in main deck and one in sideboard. So that's the first part. I ended up finding that maybe we should go that way, since Kato is maybe 3 mana and just iteration is too good to play only 3 of them. That's my take for the main deck. I love the Court of Cunning, the 2 Court of Cunning. Having 2 of them is really good against control. Also great against matchups that doesn't win quickly enough to match the card advantage and the mill provided by court. Only in 1 Force of Negation because we have 2 forces in the sideboard. Plague Engineer, the reason we play black, but also BO3 Strix, which adds consistency against the mirror, and we'll see that these tricks comes very handy, since in the mirror you'll end up seeing a lot of cards, since we now play 12 cantrips. So yeah, I really like this one of BO3 Strix for the mirror, mostly. The second forces, 2 surgicals, this is obvious. I might even think about a third, but I don't know what to remove to put the third. 4 Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast is mandatory, and of course 2 Meltdown. Even though it doesn't kill Capas Cannoneer, but still great. Okay, so enough about the deck. I just wanted today to show you 2 really fun games, honestly, I had against 2 good players of Delver, and I wanted to comment these games with you. Okay, this is the first one. I start with the one against Arcan. Okay, so just go play by play. So here, I'm not sure what deck he's playing, but now I know he's playing the same. So we're playing the mirror. Grixis again, Grixis. I have a bad hand, I guess. I need to find my second lane drop, which I don't. And he gets Delver with Days into waste, and I won't draw my second line drop and just lose on the spot. This game is of course not the most interesting of those that I show you, but it's a reminder Delver matchups always have this way of winning, which is it still exists when you get wastelanded, threat turn 1, then wasteland, then your opponent doesn't find anything. This was quite unfortunate. My ponder didn't get anything, but I guess that's life. So about game 2, which is a bit more interesting. The sideboard, maybe we'll talk about the sideboard first. If I go there, the sideboard is simple enough. I take this out, forces out. I take 4 Pyroblasts, 2 Plague Engineer, 1 BO3 Strix. And in my opinion, I take Shizuki out since it can be Pyroblasted, so yeah, to me a 3 mana card that can be Pyroblasted is a bit late. But this is my post side against Grixis Delver and also against UR Delver. Yeah, you have to take into account in these games I still have 1 Kato since I played 2 Kato and only 3 Expressive. But I go this way now. Okay, so let's dive into the game. Okay, so this hand is great. We already have a freelander. We have time to find the pressure. In this matchup, the funny thing is post side, at least not pre side, but post side, you have time to find your threats. You're more like you want to avoid days at all cost. You want to miss. You want your land drops because you don't want to lose to wasteland. And mostly you'll end up trying to handle every opponent's threat every turn. So here I'm just improving my hand, really. So always days proof. Hip Pyroblast, I happily get my days, value days. And here this is quick enough. Just I put here. Sorry. As we saw very quickly, the expressive showed another expressive, Murktide, and finally Red Elemental Blast. Since we want to do some card advantage, the Red Elemental Blast is obviously the card we exile. But in the other hand, the choice between Murktide and Expressive is not that easy. But as I explained, we don't have to find our threats directly, especially about Murktide. Murktide is the card we will put a lot of resources in casting in the mirror, and if it gets pyroblasted, we end up very disappointed. So even though expressive can get pyroblasted as well, at least we keep our graveyard, and he cannot like wait one turn, go to ponder and then pyroblast it, which he can do against Murktide. So yeah, I'd rather go. Also, because I have a lot of removals in this hand, I'm not in a rush. So yeah, I'm just very happy to take this expressive here. Just 1 second. Okay. So here, I'm like, I don't fear anything. I see he has no threats. I draw Wasteland, which is great. I would have a landed expressive otherwise. But here I'm able to waste his black sources. And I see his cantrips. He doesn't find the second black sources. So yeah, here I take another land, so which means that Kaito will be days proof. We never care if the threat we put with expressive, so the threat we exile gets dazed because we already made a 2-for-1. This is all we want here. So yes, still not in a rush. He finds the black source. So here, the first Murktide. Why the first? Because he kept a lot of cantrips here. This is the way you should play your Murktide in the mirror. The first one, almost all the time, gets handled. So you should really wait for the second one and even for the third one. Because there's... and more, all the more in this matchup, so in Grixis versus Grixis, because we have the snuff out, which is insanely good against Murktide. Yeah, so here I think I'm going snuff out and Kaito. I want to wait on my plague. If possible, I want to wait. He plays one human. So at least get the 2-for-1 even if he has bolt. Okay, so here he will play the second Murktide. Or not. So Kaito made sort of a 2-for-1, but to me this is the reason we'd rather play something like okay, just make a pause here. We'd rather play the fourth expressive. To me, this is obvious. Here I play Murktide because my resources are high. It's likely he will have something for it, but there's no reason not to play it. I don't remember if he has Pyroblast or not. Yeah, he has Snuff Out, which is even worse than Pyroblast in my opinion. And here's the second Murktide, but as I said, I'm prepared for this. And I even draw the second Murktide. This one is more likely to survive the turn. And I put all my yeah, because he only has 2 cards in hand. We might infer that there's probably 1 days because I never played in 2 days, and therefore maybe this Murktide will survive. And if it survives and deals 6 damage, the game is not the same. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this region. Sadly, he has the Pyroblast. And here, yeah, this Ponder is great. I will iteration, take this in hand since the daze is useless at this point, and we have a threat. Bah ouais mec, stream sorti nulle part. Ouais, en gros je commente Delver et j'essaye de le faire en anglais. Okay, so here I've almost won the game here, but yeah, the Strix comes out, so this is the one of Strix, but he only has 1 card in hand. Plague Engineer will make me deal with this without losing any card in the process, and yeah, there's nothing for him to do here. We have Pyroblast if he has a Murktide, so yeah. Yeah, here this is funny because he plays there's a concede afterward because he doesn't find any outs to the board. But I was like, do I Pyroblast this? But if he gets exactly days and then Murktide and then I don't know how, but I have to suicide my Dragon Rage, I'm not happy. So yeah, here you shouldn't Pyroblast, and this is why I didn't in the end, even though I showed him by tapping the Volcanic that I had 1 in hand. But this was enough, so yeah, that was a great game, but it shows that to me in the mirror you have to wait, you have to be very patient. The priority is to get a lot of land drops in your side of the board, play around days all the time, and yeah, just go wide, take your card advantage with the expressive, and always have a Pyroblast so you can handle the Murktide, and should be good. Okay, last game of the best of. Okay, sorry about that. MTGO is not the best software, honestly. So as you can see, the game are pretty quick. We both know our pack very well, to be honest. I think he does more than me, but yeah, our clock are close, so yeah, there's no issue about time. We see in the second game that it's not always the case, so yeah, stay for the second best of. It will be interesting. Okay, here I I kept the hand with 3 land drops, force of will, which I took back force since, in my opinion, Daze is really bad on the draw. As I said when I played this matchup, as I think this matchup, you don't want to play into Daze. You really don't want to play into Daze. The reason you have to play into Daze is because you don't have enough land drops. So in my opinion, the sideboard is this one. The Kaito are too late because you have to play them in 2 days if you're in the draw. I keep 2 daisies because it gives 3 games if I have Wastegun, even though the scenario is not likely to happen, but it's still not that bad to keep some daisies. You get rid of them with your ponders, shuffle, brainstorm, and cantrips in general. And I keep 3 force of will on the draw, because I want to be able to force like breakthrough streaks, for instance, in this matchup. But also because it's a protection against Pyroblast, and it gives you the possibility to win through a Maritime more easily, since you can protect it with Force of Will. That's my reasoning. It's worth what it's worth. I do like on the draw having at least 2 Force of Will. And yeah, so my opening hand, I had one thing to kill Delver, so which is good. Some early interaction and late game threat. I only kept this hand because I have 3 land drops. That's the only reason. So the 4 card doesn't matter, and actually the top deck Delver made this hand really good. It only lacked to me an early game threat. Okay, so here had the Wasteland, so I'm happy I have kept my 3-hander here. And I draw Wasteland. And this is why the fact I had my early threat is great, because here I'm allowed to Wasteland without falling back too much in tempo. Okay, he has the bolt. I chose not to force because I don't have to force here. Here I'm just playing my fetch. I want to be able to reach at least my second land drop. I'm a bit cocky here because he has nothing in the following turns. Here I get Brainstorm, which will come very handy. Yeah, so I'm in no rush. It's a 1-1, and here, okay. Oh, the Brainstorm went too fast. Okay, so it was a quite interesting Brainstorm, since I saw Bolt, and Pyroblast. So only thing that handles the board, and to me it goes with the philosophy I told you about earlier. In this matchup, you want to stabilize, then you'll kill. It's not about. It's not all. At least at this point, when everyone has at least 2 lands, it's not about trying to tempo out your opponent, trying to build him out. It's just about, okay, I have a bolt, pyroblast. What you gonna do, man? you do nothing. Here I'm scared about nothing, and I know that at one point I'll be able to cast my Murktide and have 1 force backup. So yeah, I'm quite happy with every card I saw with the Brainstorm, and I'm not gonna shuffle. I'm keeping this land because it plays on days, it plays around Wasteland. So yeah, I'm happy with what I get. And here I'm just gonna bolt upkeep the Dragon Rage. And yeah, okay, he plays a Delver. I don't care. I don't care. I have a bolt. I'm seeing his top deck. So yeah, that's a Brainstorm. Okay, goodbye, Delver. I'm letting it result since. Okay, this is a. No, okay, he wasted my land. This is the reason why we kept the third land. Really important. And yeah, just a note about Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast. There are 2 targets for Pyroblast. It's Murktide and Expressive. In my opinion, you should, and there's an exception which we will see right after, but you should focus on keeping your Pyroblast for these cards, because if you try using it on cantrips, on Delver when you're not under pressure, you'll end up losing to the real good cards of the matchup. The best card of the matchup is Expressive. And Murktide, post side, in reality, it's not that great. I'd even say most of the time it sucks, but sometimes you'll end up playing 1 Murktide. Your opponent won't have the answer because he had to waste his Pyroblast on other things, and you'll just win in 2 turns. Murktide is a 2-turn clock, so yeah, there's no issue here. Okay, so here I'm drawing, if I remember correctly, I'm drawing a Pyroblast. Yeah. So yeah, when you have 3 of them in your hand, okay, you can dump 1 of them. You won't need the 3. Also, he reveals the ball, so this is a good green light for him to start playing his Murktide, because he's like, okay, he used 1 Pyroblast, so just gonna break him. So yeah, I'm still killing it. I know I have my 3rd blast. He doesn't, but I do. And we play Pyroblast, then Dragon Rage. The reason is because Daze is too important to play around. We don't care about the survey here. Why do I play? Because would he draw a Wasteland? The situation of playing in 2 days is the same if he draws Wasteland, and I want to have a threat on the board if he prevents me from playing Murktide. I want to have a threat on the board. If these guys... If Dragon Rage gets dazed, this means this won't get dazed, and since I don't have the 3rd land drop yet, I'm happy if he dazes this. It means Murktide is more likely to resolve, so yeah. And here, just resolve. So I'm happy. Okay, so the second Murktide. I'm not surprised he didn't he kept some instance, so this meant he had 2 Murtide, and the fact I used 1 Red Elemental Blast was a good signal. Here, yeah, I do my Reb in upkeep because I want to see my draw. Bolt is irrelevant here. Why? Because we are ahead, speaking of threats, I guess. And yeah, there's nothing to bolt on the board, so yeah. I don't care. Here, same reasoning. And the Murtad won't get days. Like, in my head here, I'm playing Murtide next turn. Yeah, the Delver was great. Okay, here I draw the land, so I'm happy. There's no threat. And I go all in with this Murtide. I do have to. Maybe he have 2 Pyroblast, but he has only 1 red source. So the worst here would be Snuff Out and Pyroblast. Okay, so I'm forcing here. No choice. For the record, Arcan showed a great moment of like there was 30 seconds because before the fourth result. I think he was quite surprised by this choice I made. In my opinion, yeah, that's a good choice since, as I said earlier, it protects from Pyroblast. That's what Force do. Does? Yeah, that's what it does. Sorry for my English. Yeah, that's the best top deck I could ever draw. Maybe maybe iteration would have been better, but here I'm able to attack. Yeah, and I draw iteration, and this is great. This is great. I'm the king. I don't care about what he plays here. Yeah. Okay, so the force actually wins the game. Does it mean that's a card to keep? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, on the draw, we can accept making some card disadvantage because we are able to. Because we have 1 more card since we are on the draw. I think the card disadvantage you get from Force of Will is mitigated since you have this 1 more card and you don't want to lose because of tempo. Force of Will allows you to gain a bit of tempo, and it hard counters the Red Elemental Blast. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so for the second game, which I think is the second best of, which I think is the most interesting, yeah. We are facing CBL James, so shouts off to him. He was really nice during this game, and you'll see this. I think this is one of the best game I've ever had of my entire life. Really, I mean it. On MTGO, it's certain, I think. Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack here. This is why I'm doing this stream today. Okay, so we are on the draw. We open. This hand is gold. I think I don't know yet. I'm against Delver. Okay, so here I say yeah. Okay, you bolt in my Delver. I don't care. I have waste. The sad thing is I led on underground because I wanted to have the fetch to shuffle with brainstorm with the insight, and I thought that at this moment maybe I had to fetch for a red source so I could play my Dragon Rage. But if he had Wasteland, it would have cut me from my red source. So yeah, that maybe the Underground was the play, and I had the Ponder. What do I see with that Ponder? I don't even know. I think I see a land and a Ponder, so which is what I want to see. Okay, just because the previous best of game 1 was a non-game, but here this allows me to talk about what is game 1 when you're playing Delver. It's all about Murtide. Because he got 1 Pyroblast, I have 2 snuffs out. In my opinion, I'm favored game 1 against Blue-Red Delver because I have more way of killing Murtide, which is the biggest threat on game 1, while in game 2 and 3 it kind of falls off. But yeah, I think Snuff Out is great for game 1. Okay, here I keep Kaito and was it a good idea? Fact is, if it resolves and he will maybe bolt my Dragon Rage, I'll be happy since I will be able to make card advantage. Okay, so here he wastes, which honestly is not a bad. Okay, it wasn't a bad thing that he wasted because I knew I had a lot of hand drops. And I think I'm shuffling out the Force of Will, and I don't know what the other card was. But yeah, I want to keep 1 bolt for DRC or Delver. 1 for Tears because I want to see his hand at this point. And make way for my Kaito. And I don't know why I didn't fall Tears here. Maybe I was too scared of days. Oh, because I want to draw? No. Oh, okay, I do have a bolt. Okay, yeah, that's not and I keep the bolt. Do I need to keep the bolt? This was a Murtide. Do I need to keep the bolt here? As I said, it would have been a good play into game 3. But here I'm not sure about this. Because I also want to see an answer to Murtide as quick as possible. So yeah, the bolt was a bit all in, I think. Okay, so he reveals his hand. I will show it to you. So there's a lot of there's 4 force, Force, Brazen, and Brainstorm. So there's no threat here, but it will be difficult to resolve Murtide. I discarded Expressive Iteration, obvious reasons. Okay, he brainstorms. And he doesn't find a fetch. Oh, I kept brainstorm. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Here I think, yeah, I hardcast Kaito because, in my opinion, this is not likely that he has a daze. Yeah, Expressive is great, I keep it. And yeah, he has to force it, so the call was good. I had no way to play around these forces. Okay, so he handles the DRC. Don't know here why he... Oh, he waited because he didn't want for me to be able to daze and play back my land. Yeah, I understand. Okay, so this expressive is not the best. Because I had to land and I wanted to be able to play one threat and take one active card in my hand. So yeah, the fourth land is not that needed here. 3 is the sweet spot in this match. Okay, Daze is not a bad draw, since he only has 2 lands. It, for instance, it gets expressive. Yeah, I'm just able to... Okay, I don't know why I brainstormed. Especially because my brainstorm sucked. Okay, and he draws the second blue source, which is a very bad news. I do have to double-head daze it. I don't have the choice here, and he gets the force. Yeah, and the game, he has no card in hand, so I think I feel like I'll be able to brazen the Murtide out. Yeah, but the Ponder was a good top deck from him. Yeah, he has the bolt, which makes the game yeah, quite difficult. Since I'm very low on HP, Snuff Out is not enough anymore. And yeah, the game is getting quite difficult. At least he played the iteration before attacking, so I have 1 turn. But I don't draw the best card. And yeah, this is getting quite hard right now. I don't really know how to... The Murtide is back. I have the Ponder, so I feel like, okay, I'm gonna find... I shuffled away. I want to fight Snuff Out here. I shuffled both times. Because there's only Snuff Out that saves me from this position. I do have to block with my Delver. And next I block with my Brazen. Also, a good draw would be Murtide. Murtide or Snuff Out are great. These days is awfully bad. Here I play this to block the Murtide. And yeah, and I have to play this Brazen in 2 days. Because I'm 2 behind and yeah, he has the days. Which is the worst news I've ever had in my life. Yeah, and I say it in chat here. I'm a bit salty. I'm a salty man. But yeah, you don't see it. I will show it. Yeah, as you can see in the chat, I can't find my dragons because I have 28 cards left in my library. I have done so many cantrips and I don't find this one Murtide that would have stabilized the board because the 2 Murtide would have traded and afterward it would have been way easier. And yeah, the game is lost because of this and I draw the Snuff Out. Of course, when it's useless. I draw it, of course, when it's useless. So yeah, that was a very, very tight game. Quite difficult. And it shows the power of Murtide. Really, Murtide, if it goes unchecked, it wins the game. Maybe I should have digged a bit more for the Snuff Out in the earlier turns. I think this is my mistake. This brainstorm was catastrophic, I think. I should have waited, just play my Delver and wait for my brainstorm. Anyway. This was a really tight game, honestly. So, it's interesting. Second one. So, yeah, for the sideboard, I do the same as I said. So no force of will. I keep the 4 days. I take out Kato, forces, the 4 forces, and I take in Strix, Plague, 4 Pyroblast, and yeah, and I take out the Brazen. So yeah, nothing surprising here. This hand is not ideal for the list, but the fact I go first allows me to just put a threat and hope he won't go for Wasteland turn 1, which is not the best move against a turn 1 threat. And my hope are shattered. My hopes and dreams are shattered. But the gods of magic are with me. Thank you, gods of magic. And yeah, I brainstorm right away. I shouldn't have waited, because I did want to avoid being dazed here, but I don't find the land. So here I'm like, oh no, please don't waste on me. And he plays Delver. And I'm confident that with my Ponder I'll be able to find some lands, and I found so then. With a Strix. This Ponder is great. Here I'm okay with trading. Why did I trade? I had so much. Okay, this play is not the best, I think. I think my reasoning at the moment was the fact that this was far from being a 3-3. The play allowed me to put a creature in my graveyard, so the second Dragon Rage will be a 3-3. And yeah, I also felt like I needed time, I guess. But I had the bolt. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I did. Okay, I have to wait one more turn for my second land drop. Here I'm quite confident since I have Snuff Out Pyroblast. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I play the Strix because I have Days Backup. And I can... Yeah, okay, so this play, in my opinion, is great. We trade 1 day for 1 day, but most important, I'm certain I will have my Volcanic for the next turn. So yeah, this is important. The Strix is great in this matchup. Yeah, that's a 2-for-1. Oh, the Pyroblasting a Strix while not on the stack, it's painful. I've done it once and it's painful. Okay, so I'm able to play my threat. He draws balls, but it was likely that he had a bolt. Here I decide to get done with the Delver. I do have Pyroblast for... I do have Pyroblast if he has a Murktide, so I feel like the more I wait for Snuff Out, the less it has value since it will cost you 4 life. Yeah, here I go right into Days because I feel like he doesn't have it. And this was a mistake. But I'm happy I tried it. I think like it was worth the shot because when I played Strix, he didn't double days, which meant that he didn't have double days in my opinion. So he only had. But the truth is, since I know he drew lightning bolt with the Delver, just yeah, he kept the second days. So he chose to let the Strix resolve. So he had the second days. And I mean, to me, this is next level because I couldn't be sure I'd be able to. In my opinion, Strix is one of the worst cards. You don't want it to resolve since it's a 2-for-1 that's stabilized on the board. So, but truth is, if he doesn't have any way of handling Murktide, this was a great play because now the Murktide hasn't resolved, and yeah, he's not under pressure. Okay, so he drew a mountain. Here he has Pyromancer. Hopefully I have the days. Okay, so here I play the Wasteland because I want my Volcanic not to be wastelanded. And I feel like I don't have to play around iteration. Okay, so here he has Murktide. I can kill it, and you see that we are very low on resources. He has 2 cards in hand, me too. I can kill one of his 1-drop. The second Wasteland is useless. It's here to pay 4 days, but yeah, I have nothing. He doesn't have anything. I should have waited for this Murktide, but honestly, he just tricked me. He tricked me, as I explained, so... Yeah, don't be like me, be smarter. Okay, so... Here I just don't want him to draw a Murktide, but the Murktide wouldn't be too big, so it's not a big deal. Okay, this Brainstorm is concerning, but the fact he plays a fetch means the Brainstorm sucked. Okay, here we have Iteration, the best of deck. Sadly, I'm not able to play 2 cards in here. I think I will keep the Murktide. There's no reason not to keep the Murktide. And I get Bolt out of my deck. Here I play Murktide. Oh no. Okay. Again, why? This is the same mistake as the other game. Why do I Brainstorm? Why? You shouldn't be like me. Don't Brainstorm in that spot. Just play Murktide. Okay, this was a catastrophe. Catastrophic. He decided not to shuffle, which is fun. Okay, and here I'm punished, and I know I'm punished. When I played the Brainstorm, I felt like okay, I'll be able to shuffle what I don't want, but when you play Brainstorm, you have to think of the scenario when you don't find the fetch land. And therefore, I had to play that Murktide. Okay, I draw Snuff Out, which is at least something that will earn me some time. He's still Brainstorming, but not shuffling, which is quite weird. I draw my 3rd Wasteland. Okay, why not? Expressive, it's a great subdeck from him. He exiled Lightning Bolt, but doesn't play it because he doesn't want to get wastelanded, and dealing free is irrelevant. Okay, I draw... Here I found I found the land, I found another bolt which I will shuffle normally, and I find Plague Engineer, which is a great card. Okay, he has the Dragon Rage. He plays expressive, I cannot interact. And here, yeah, okay. So, display is really important. Because, as you can see, I got wastelanded a lot in this game. And this is the fourth one. The issue is, he wastelanded 3 of my volcanic islands. And now he won't be able to waste the 4th. He said afterwards that that was maybe a misplay, but to be honest, what I would have done, I would have wastelanded his wasteland. So he wastelanded my underground, and I was certain I would have my red source for the rest of the game. I play myself out where I can, even though I'm unhappy since I want to target a Murktide with it. This delay is again the Murktide. Okay, I had a Red Elemental Blast. And here, the spot is very sweet because I know I'll be able to Volcanic and Bolt and etc. And maybe he should have kept the Wasteland in hand, so he would be able to waste my last red source. Maybe. I think he didn't side in Surgical, which is good in this matchup. So that's a mistake from him, in my opinion. Against Grixis Delver, you should side in Surgical, since cutting me away from red means Murktide is a monster. Okay, so here I know I have like 3 turns to draw something. I'm able to play a first Murktide, which I do. It's a 7/7, I think. Yeah. Don't make it an 8/8. It will be killed. Yeah, that's not surprising. Here he plays another threat. And yeah, I will bolt it right away, play the Murktide. I don't care about Bolt, he doesn't have much bolts left. 2 of them are already exiled. I have another Murktide, we survive, no, okay. It's too bad. Back to no resources, I have my 2 Pyroblast. Okay, so I'm gonna counter this. Okay, I draw another Pyroblast, why not? I'm happy with that. I have no issue with Pyroblast, that's a great card. Here I do Pyroblast because I don't... truth is, I'm at 6 life points, so the worst thing that can happen here is that he draw a Dragon Rage. He has 2 Dragon Rage left and 1 young Pyromancer. So I do want to prevent him from shuffling away his hand and getting some threat on the board. Yeah, I do have to brainstorm. There's no question. Okay, this Murktide, I'm confident. Okay, it will stay this time. Like, it's my 3rd, please. I don't even remember what happened. The Wasteland here has some days payoff. Okay, he has the Pyroblast. Might as well. Okay, so I will try to stick 1 threat. He's at 17, so there's a long way to go. And the Delver survives, revealing a Bolt, which is a great sell deck here. And I'm able to do 3 damages. Okay, so now I'm like, I stabilize. I drew another Delver, which is great. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so I don't know why he fetched it. Okay, so he wanted to draw something over than lands. I think I waste now. Yeah. I will keep this second waste. Also, I want to say there's a great feeling here. The feeling there's no wasteland left. And for the whole game, after what I explained to you with the fact there's 4 wasteland in his graveyard, I had that in mind, and the peace of mind you get, it's great. It's great. It's Christmas. Okay, so expressive. Here I'm starting to draw some really great card. I'm gonna expressive. Sadly, I don't find much. I do have to keep this in hand since I don't have any volcanic left in my deck, and I have to take a fetch hand. Okay, so he handled the Delver, but I have another threat. I drew the worst of deck, but that's not a big deal. He's at 6. The clock is ticking. As you can see, we have some really close clock. There's a difference of 1 minute. Okay, days I don't need it. Yeah, here he's down to 3. I have ponder, so I'm quite confident I'll be able to win. I keep this top. The 2 plague will go finish the game. So I have 2 threat. Here I'm quite confident. I have the Pyroblast, but okay, this is not needed. So 6 minutes 44, 8 minutes 31. Keep that in mind. This will be important. This will matter for the last game. This is an example. The game we just saw is an example of how long can be the matchup when you're on top deck against top deck. The fact post sideboard you bring 4 more creature kill with Pyroblast makes the matchup significantly slower. So yeah, this is a thing to keep in mind. Play fast. Play fast. Okay, so here my hand is not good. As you can see, oh yeah. I just want to show you something. So the chat, yeah, he said because the game was really long. I made one misplay, the one when I played my brainstorm instead of the Murtide. But aside from that, the game was insanely good. I think really high level, and yeah, he said that he needed to waste on the the 4th Volk. I kind of agree with what he said. So okay, here I do want to find another land. This hand is not that great. Hopefully the shuffle gives me the last land drop. And here I feel like I can survive since I do have the double bolt. Bolt is great in this matchup. And I even drew another land, so here I'm confident it will be okay. You have to picture that the first 2-3 turns of Delver against Delver shows you if the game is gonna be long and convoluted, or if it's just gonna be a wasteland and I win. So once you get through these first few turns, you're quite happy, especially when you're the player on the draw. Here I have a great hand. I feel confident, but I have 6 minutes in clock. Okay, so yeah, Bolt and Delver. If he daisies this, I'm quite happy because I cannot afford to play around days the whole game. So yeah, the Delver is obvious. He kills it. So no threats right away, but Dragon Rage. Okay. Here I draw the bolt. This is great, and I can afford to brainstorm. Same here. This is the same as with the Delver. If he daisies the brainstorm, I'm not unhappy, and here I want to find my end drop. I found a red elemental blast, and don't remember what the other card was, but I will draw it, so don't worry. Okay, so he has expressive. I can't counter it, but it's not a big deal. This red elemental blast will be great against an opposing Murtai. Here, there's something really important you have to notice. He has only 2 cards left in hand, so this is very likely that one of these Murtai will survive. Still, I will start with expressive since I want to bait. I want to be able to bait a red elemental blast if he has it. He doesn't. So yeah, I'm confident I will be able to have a good Murtai. I'm also able to draw something, put a threat. I will block with it if I can. But here he has Mystic. He's able to flip Delver, make some card advantage. But that's no big deal. The fact he's able to waste is a bit problematic, but that's not too big of an issue. Here he didn't attack me because he valued the Dragon Dread more than I do, but he cannot know it. So yeah, he will block. This is why he didn't attack. And here I think, yeah, okay, I go into Murtai. I'm like, I don't care. And oh yeah, I remember. I have 4 minutes left on my clock, and I press 6 after casting the Murtide. So I didn't have the priority to fetch. This is why I didn't pay 1. But of course, I should have paid 1. Yeah, it was quite stressful because the clock are close. Okay, so here he plays a Murtide. I'm blasting it, and I'm Ponder. I'm not unhappy with that Ponder. But here I have to wait again to cast Expressive before Murtide. I have to be patient because of my misplay since I pressed F6. Sadly, okay, so he bolted me. So the Expressive didn't work a lot. Here I see Ponder, and Fetch. I keep the Fetch. I want to be able to play around days for the whole game. I have to Ponder. I shuffle because I want to find an answer to Murtide. Here, my priority is to find an answer to a potential Murtide my opponent might play. So I don't care about any threat here. Okay, so he has Wasteland. I have to play this Expressive because I have to bait the Pyroblast. Okay, this time I didn't press 6. I learned from my mistake. But he had the double days for the previous Murtide. I don't know. Oh, he dazed just to get back his Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, so here I see a lot of cards I want. So I don't shuffle this end. But this wasn't a Ponder. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just do what I needed to do. He get back iteration, but I don't care. He plays an iteration, gets an iteration in hand. There's 2 minutes, 11 seconds against 2 minutes 22. I draw Strix. It's a great draw, honestly, but I need a clock. So I still play Strix, then Delver, and hope to see a Pyroblast. I don't know if he has Pyroblast, but I have to make everything I can to to bait it before playing Murktide. He still have 3 cards in hand. So here I'm just playing as fast as I can to kill him before my time goes out. It's so close right here. And I feel like I'm locking him out of the game. Okay, he has a Unholy Heat. Expressive for the... This is... How many expressive did he cast? I think this is the 6th expressive iteration he cast. So, yeah. And here, yeah, I think I go Murktide and I say... I play it so fast. I need to play it as fast as I can. Okay, and he has Pyroblast. I'm so disgusted. He has 16 life points. I find a thread. This is great. I brainstorm. Okay, the bolt is bottom. No, I keep the bolt because I want to end the game as quick as I can. I get rid of the days. I attack ASAP. And I will ponder days bottom. I think I keep the Pyroblast. Yeah, because the Pyroblast allowed me to kill Murktide. And he plays the Murktide. Okay, so here I'm able to Pyroblast. I think I'm making a small inaccuracy here, so I'm attacking. There's no issue with that. But I'm playing Kaito, which takes me 10 seconds, and this was not a good play. Okay, but why not? Why not? In a normal game, I would have done it. I think maybe better. But here, yeah, when you have 24 seconds left and your opponent have 52, gotta go fast. Okay, so he brainstorms, play Pyromancer, and Delver. Okay, nothing flies here. I draw Murktide. This is great. He has no card in hand. I play this Murktide. Okay, so I need to explain it to you. I will see what we exiled. Okay, so here, just you picture in my head, I had to make a Murktide as fast as I could. I didn't have time to choose the instant or sorcery to exile. I knew he was at 7, and even a 3/3 would have been enough. Okay, this is 4/4. Okay, no problem. He shuffles, plays a young Pyro. He has 26 seconds on the clock, and I'm able to win. 4 seconds left on the clock, 7 for him. Yep, a very close game. And this is just so I think I presented a lot of facts to explain why the matchup was so complex. There's a lot of mistake to be made. So here, the biggest mistake I made was the brainstorm. When you brainstorm, instead of just seeking a threat, because you hope to just see a fetch land, and then you're not able to play your threat. Yeah, it's not the way you should play. You should play your brainstorm. Both times it was like turn 10. In the game had lasted already a long time. So yeah, this was the biggest mistake I made. Of course, but this is MTGO related here. I wasn't able to fetch because I wanted to play fast. Honestly, I had to play fast because I had only 4 seconds left on the clock. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all for today. I'm gonna end the stream. And maybe I'll do one more stream on this deck. I'm loving it, actually, and this is not McDonald's. But yeah, I feel like the black adds a lot to Delver right now, mostly because of Snuff Out. Fortis is also a great card for the combo match. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you around, guys. Thank you.